Welcome to MetSummarizedOnline.com's Prospect Pulse. I'm minor league analyst Mitch Petanick, and today we're going to take a look at second base prospect TJ Rivera. TJ Rivera was an undrafted free agent who was signed in 2011 out of Troy University. He's a native New Yorker, and he was born and raised in the Throgs Neck section of the Bronx. So it's actually pretty cool that he's getting to play his professional baseball days in a Mets uniform. It'll be pretty nice to see him maybe one day get a chance to play at Citi Field in front of some fellow New Yorkers. But enough about the background on Rivera. Let's take a look at his swing and let's see what this kid got. So, as usual, I use the iPad app UberSense, and it's a really cool tool because it allows us to really slow down and break down the mechanics of actually any athlete, but it's really cool to use when you're breaking down baseball players. So, let's get started. Now, as I'm, slowing down, it may get out of focus. I'll try to refocus it as fast as I can, but just bear with me. So, all right, so here's a swing, and the first thing I notice is that he doesn't do much of a load. And what do I mean by that? Well, typically what hitters will do is you'll see when the pitch is on the way, you'll see them kind of coil and take their hands back, weight shifts back, and it's similar to if you would, pull a rubber band backwards and then let it go. So that pulling back of the rubber band is kind of like the hitter's hands and weight going backwards. And then what that does is generates all that force going forward through the swing. And then that would be equivalent to when you release the rubber band and let it go flying forward. So as you see with Rivera is his load's a little different than some hitters, and what he does is he doesn't really bring his hands back. He kind of drops them, and he shifts his weight back with a high leg kick. And now what you typically want to see, and I mean, whatever works, but what you typically see with hitters is their hands go back. You'll see their hands go backwards. In Rivera's case, what you're seeing is his hands drop and off a high leg kick. And, well, normally you don't want to see a hitter drop his hands, but he actually drops them in a good position where they're actually in the hitting zone, and then he's able to get his hands quickly through the zone. Sometimes players will drop their hands too low, and actually what Rivera does is, let me get this pencil line out of there. What Rivera actually does is drops his hands right to where they need to be in the hitting zone, and that enables him to get his hands through the zone quickly. So it's really, some people would say that might be a little bit of a wasted motion, but really what he's doing is shifting his weight to the back leg, holding it there so his weight stays back, and now his hands are in perfect hitting position right there. Now he just throws the hands through the zone, hip rotation, full extension, and this is really textbook right here, what you see, and this is what you want to see with hitters. Let me bring out the pencil again, and that is that line right there. That's exactly what you want to see. That's perfect balance. And then he finishes up with a nice follow-through. So all in all, Rivera's got a very solid swing. It's easy for me to see why he's probably been tearing it up at the lower levels of the minor league systems, and I'm excited to see what he could do at the upper levels. I think he's got a lot of potential.